Okay, so now we're going to analyse. So once you've finished writing what they've said, try and boil that down like we did last time, and consider this time what values are expressed in their description of the kind of person you were. What values are implicit in what they're describing? If that's hard to do, to get your head around, then consider these questions. What made you proud when you heard the description of you? And in light of that, what do you wish was different? You can journal about these, so you can hit pause between them and journal about them. The first question, what made you proud in this description of you? Second, what do you wish was different? Third, what do you need to change about yourself to become more that person? Make sure you pause between these questions and write this stuff down. What do you need to change about yourself to become more that person? What do you need to do differently? Write your answer. How did your top 5 strengths show themselves in this way of being? Okay, so now we're going to try and reduce the things that give purpose to your life to something more like a short list. A few points that capture it all. And those few points we can formulate as goals. Once again, we'll formulate them as goals. So, take this sentence, write this sentence out, and then you're going to write it out a few times with different answers. And this is how you're going to reduce it down to certain overarching goals that are your purpose. Write this down. The purpose of my life is to be... The purpose of my life is to be. Write that down and then write answers. Finish that sentence and do that a few times if you've got multiple purposes. Okay, so obviously pause and do that. And then when you've come back, let's continue. Because in the last post I discussed the process of framing your direction in life as a set of goals and then breaking those long-term goals down into medium-term aims, such as what you'll be doing a year from now, your new habits, and then breaking those medium-term aims down into actions you can start now. Well, we're going to do the same with your purpose in life. So again, with the journal, reflect and write, write down the word goals. And then answer this and hit pause after I read this so you can answer it. Under goals, write, who do I want to be as a person? Okay, when you've finished that, next, write down aims. And then you're going to write about what will I be doing a year from now to embody that. Put it differently, what will I be doing a year from now to embody who I want to become eventually as a person? Okay, when you've done that, the third thing to write down is daily actions. And then you're going to answer this. What do I need to do every day this week to start that happening? To start on the process of achieving that medium-term goal, achieving that long-term goal. What do I need to do every day this week to take me in that direction? When you've done all that, just like you did last time, you can turn to the back of your journal. You've turned it upside down, you've got that page there, and transcribe a neat version of those daily actions onto the back page of your journal as per the previous chapter. Because you've got to start with your daily actions, the immediate things you do. That's where you're going to start. You are not a year from now, you're here. So write those things down, transcribe them neatly, because you're going to start using this stuff. Like I said last time, just start doing that stuff. Do it today. Maybe journal about it this week. Record yourself doing it every day. In the morning, reflect on it. In the evening, did you do it? As a counsellor, I'm often blown away by the capacity of human beings to live meaningfully and to live justly and compassionately and with initiative and with dignity in very hard times. So this is not motivational fluff. It's a reality I've witnessed many times in people whose worlds were shattered. I told you before in the last chapter, I mean, some of these people, they jumped from chairs into nooses only a short time before I met them. Fortunately, the rope broke or whatever happened. You know, that the police pulled them back from the edge of the bridge. The pills didn't kill them. So and then I saw them do these amazing things with their lives. And I saw this with other guys who went through terrible divorces, and some of them had behaved shoddily, some of them had been great husbands or partners, and now they're having trouble getting access to their kids, and whether they had been problematic or whether they'd been the greatest guys in the world, lies being told about them. Those guys, some of them became suicidal, the others who didn't, I mean, my God, they suffered nonetheless. And their lives had become shattered, the things they spent years building torn apart. And yet they turned things around and started making life good. They didn't become resentful and bitter in their tragedy. They said, okay, this is what's happened. What can I do to make life deeply good? And imagine if we could draw on that power, that sort of power within us in good times too. So if you get shattered like this, the chances are, if you're like a lot of people, it's amazing what's inside you. You will fight back and you will push forward and make life good again. Imagine if you could draw on that power inside you in the good times to make life deeply good. Pause and think about that. I really mean it. Stop. Think about the wonderful things you could do with your life. You could live deeply, you could love profoundly, and you could make life truly good for yourself and those around you. You have the power in spades to do that when times get hard, and that's because you have it inside yourself right now. It's there, waiting. But instead, you choose to cruise through life. Mediocrity, wasting your wonderful potential. So, picture the best version of who you could be. And why not try to make yourself into that? Why not get clear on what that might look like over the span of your life? And then what it might look realistically a year from now. And then what you need to do now every day to make that happen. What would it take to do those things every day? You need to actually make them happen. So how do you make that happen? Because we're lazy creatures. So perhaps you could treat yourself like somebody who is good and talented, and just who needs to be helped and encouraged and rewarded to do these things. So you're not beating yourself up. You're seeing yourself as this decent person, you've got the talent, but you need help. You need encouragement. You need the conditions and the situations set up and the rewards set up so that you'll do it. Do what's necessary in terms of those things to give yourself a real chance, and then aim at the best version of yourself and see where you end up. Because, my friend, life is short. How wonderful it would be to try this, and what's stopping you? So what do you need to do today to begin to make this happen? This is not motivational fluff. This is real. This is good. You can absolutely transform your life in real empirical terms. Okay, so repeat that last question. What do you need to do today to begin? Because this journey of 1,000 steps begins today with this step. I'll see you next time for the next chapter, which appropriately is on taking action.